We're on Gittin Perek Bet Mishnah Dalid, fourth Mishnah in the second chapter of Masechet Gittin. You can't write it on something like on a tree that's connected to the ground and then cut the tree. Because how would you give it to her? You have to give it. You can't give her possession. You have to actually give her the physical thing. Okay? Because it's mechusar ketitza. It has to be cut. And we said it's v'kata v'natan. You have to give it to her. Write it and give it, not write, cut, give. Kitavo b'mechubar. What if you wrote it when it was still mechubar, connected to the ground? Tilasho v'chatmo. Then you cut it off and you signed it. Unatan lola kasher. Then you gave it to her. That's okay. Why? Because Rabbi Yehuda posel. Rabbi Yehuda says no. Ajte ktivato v'chatimato betalush. Rabbi Yehuda says no. It has to be both written and signed betalush. Why did the Tanna Kama say kosher? The kevanchik nichtav atoref betalush. Since you write the toref, the main part with the names, afapisha tofes nichtav b'mechubar kasher. It's okay. Why? Because the essential writing was done. Okay, the essential writing was done. The essential writing was done with the when it was talush. As the Bartunera says, utulasho v'chatmo kilomar, meaning shekatav hatoref, that we reinterpret. It's not that you wrote the whole thing when it was still connected to the ground. You wrote only the unimportant parts, and then you filled in the toref the important parts. Shumakom ha'ish va'isha ve'azman achar shetlashov. So the essential parts that you wrote are important. Were written after you cut the tree down. Okay. Rabbi Yehuda ben Betera, Omer ben Betera says, "Ein kotvin lo al niyar hamachuk, lo al diftera." Let's say you have a cloth that was, they used it. They would never throw things away. So the guy started writing and then they didn't need the shtar, so he erased it. Or diftera. Diftera is uncompleted cloth. Parchment that's not really fully completed. Okay? And the Bartunera says, "Ein machuk shelo nikar." Okay? You can't tell if it was erased or not. So Rabbi Shimon, Rabbi Yehuda ben Betera says, you can't write a get on that. Why? Because it can be falsified, meaning the guy can write whatever he wants, have two guys write a regular get, have two guys sign it, then he takes it to the back room, right, and has two other guys, writes in all this crazy stuff about how his wife is giving him all her property, and has two other guys sign it, okay, because it could be falsified. The Chachamim say that's okay. How could it be the Chachamim machshirin? Who's obvious, who's interesting? Rabbi Yehuda ben Betera seems obvious. So what do the Chachamim say? So the explanation is as follows. We've learned before that there's a huge machloket between what's Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Elazar, that what are the essential edim that make the get. Rabbi Meir says edei chatima karte, that it's the signatures. Rabbi Elazar says no, it's edei mesira, it's a transmission, and there are witnesses when it's transmitted. So Rabbi Yehuda says, right, we're afraid that Yachol Zayef, since Rabbi Yehuda holds edei chatima karte, right, so therefore, the Rabbi Yehuda says Eidei Chatima Karti, therefore we use the signatures, and you can cheat on those. Chachamim say, no, it's okay. Why? Okay, Sfira Lahu, they say Eidei Mesira Karte, that what makes the get, the witnesses that testify at the time of the transmission. And they see it, right? Not the Eidei Chatima. Therefore, if it was falsified, they're going to say, whoa, that's not the get that we wrote before. So he says, that's why for Gittin, it's okay. Gittin Bilvad. The Bartunera adds, but any other contract that we rely on the signatures, they agree that you can't write it on paper that could possibly be falsified. Nowadays, of course, we would never write it on a used piece of cloth. We would only write it on a clean piece of cloth that could be falsified. Stop here and dedicate our learning to memory of my father, Harab Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a great day.